You know what? I gotta make sure I don't forget my sunglasses. It might actually be sunny today. Hey, good morning, everybody. We are here, just got the coffee. It's early. We are going to meet up with our buddy Kyle Buschelman of Willamette Valley Outfitters, and looking forward to a great day out here on the Oregon coast, going after some steelhead. Now we're gonna be fishing, ideally if we can capture a couple decent size mid-teener fish for the Broodstock program. That's one objective. And two, we got quite a few hatchery fish in the river, it sounds like, and so Dan and I might be able to take some fish home. So we'll see how it goes, but let's go catch up with Kyle, get this day going. Well, hey man, here we are. Made the drive once again. This has become like an annual thing for me.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, it's worth the drive.
100%, man.
Fish here.
So we kind of mentioned earlier, we're out here today at Coastal River, Oregon, that I always come down and fish with you once or twice a year, what have you. The plan today, if we can pull it off, is to get a decent, mid-teener for that Broodstock program.
Yeah.
And then you got a bunch of hatchery fish in the river too.
Yeah, we have a lot of hatchery as of late, which is a good sign. It says that our Broodstock program's working. And so there's a lot of pressure on the river. Yesterday there was a little bit more pressure than I liked, and it made the bite a little tougher. We got a few fish, but not where I thought we should be. This morning, making the game plan, kind of see where all everybody else goes, and we made a complete change from.
Right.
Generally speaking, when you look at a river gauge, you kind of go down with the river when it drops. We came up. The fish didn't disappear. It just means the holes that we have today are going to be a little less, and we'll have to just grind it out. But one boat going through a hole with steelhead's better than 6 or 7.
I agree.
So I'm hoping that the guide knowledge helps today.
Well, having been on this stretch of river in the past, I kind of know what we're in for. Got a couple little drop-ins on some little shoots here. Water levels dropping, as you said. The work's on you, man. Plus, you run that motor all day long. Yeah. So we're going to be in for kind of a wild ride. So don't go anywhere. Stick around. We're with Kyle Buschelman, Willamette Valley Outfitters here on the coast of Oregon. We're going after steelhead. Stay tuned. Might get a little wet. There's number one. There you go.
Okay, we'll fish to the bite.
Like good speed, good presentation. Yeah. Oh. I was dinking around and I saw
that thing hit soft, didn't it?
It sure did. But it's eventually
go ahead and get it.
Connected up on it.
Right on that rock ledge too.
Yeah, it was right down the middle. I'm thinking, gosh, there's been no pressure. Them fish ought to just be laying out here in that soft edge. Yeah. And sure enough,
we have low light, they'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good start, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's on the Army.
Sweet.
Or it wrapped up a bit. Yeah. No, it went after the Army with the salmon.
Good.
Check that out, Kyle. Went after the Army with the salmon. This has a little more color than some of the pictures I saw you posting of them really chrome bright ones, right?
That fin right there.
Is that a little tiny fin?
That is a nub fin. That is a
nub fin. That's a hatchery. There we go.
Yeah, see?
Yep.
That's a hatchery steelhead right there.
There you go. Look at that.
Here, bud.
Went after that little yarny.
It should be right in the back. That's my top.
Beads work, but I tell you what, over the years, how many fish have I caught in these little?
Probably more.
I mean,
even
seriously,
though we've been doing beads for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah. I like to fish a little.
I hate to say it's been more like 10 times flying.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's nice to get one on that thing because it just works so
And you
good.
get those at the store, don't you? Those
This is
little
that.
deals?
This is that little manufactured puffball I get at the craft store. Perfect. There we go. First one. Heck yes.
Yeah, I can respect a man like that.
Good job, Brandon. Nice little hatchery fish. Look at that guy, huh?
Chub.
Yeah. There you go, buddy. That's a coho, bro. That's a decent fish.
It's got a snout like a coho.
It is.
It is a coho.
Let's go ahead and get over here.
It's a wild coho.
What the?
That is a coho. What's the deal on those, Kyle?
Can't keep them, gotta let them go. But God, that's another testament for a fishery that.
Mid-January, it's got a wild
Guys, I'm
coho.
gonna hurry over here.
It's a nice fish too. That thing is bright. Heck, I thought it was a hatchery steelhead when it was
Came
just
in like
underwater.
a lump on a log. That's
Yes,
the
sure
salmon.
did,
He's
yeah.
a little tired.
Yeah.
Nice, go ahead and get it. We will fish to the left. See what I talked to you. Okay, almost ready, guys. There you go. Just take one.
Get us going here. Off the course.
Foot rods away.
As soon as I pick up the coffee cup.
It's a bright one.
Ah, it's a real bright fish, Kyle.
This is good.
Uh-huh. As soon as I pick up the doggone coffee cup, I'm like, while we're down, set the float, or set the rod, or coffee cup down, and try to catch up to that fish. It was breaking water by the time, I grabbed the bead, not the yarny. So, just right under the hook. Nice good fish, Kyle. There you go. Coming over top, buddy. See that on us?
It's only 6 pounds.
I know. It's a really light rod. Playing around with it. There we go, Kyle. That's a bright fish. Try to turn its head, buddy. There you go. Oh, lift.
Spray your back on.
There you go.
And he's a wild fish.
Is it really? How it all comes together today, Brandon, is you cast, you reel up your slack, you pick up the coffee cup, take a drink, watch your float go down, stumble around and try to find the cup holder, get the coffee cup set back in, right, so we're not making a mess, and then we...
it's also, it tells you a lot about us setting too hard on the fish.
Yeah.
You know, you really just need to come up tight.
Just
and,
reel off.
and then other times you do it all right and they still come off, so there's that. I'm ready. Brandon, fix your...
Finally, a little sunshine, a little warm of water.
You should have caught a fish there. It's up 2 eggs.
Oh, you got the little egg cluster on.
Yeah.
Didn't you just put that on?
It's a wild fish.
Gosh.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's all right. This one we can put in the broodstock program.
You think?
Let's see.
Ready?
About the same size as that other one we got.
So we're just going to take our time, okay?
Turn your side. Get me out of the prop.
You're all right. You're all right.
Right there.
There we go. Nice
Picture
fish.
worthy.
It is a good fish. Hold tight.
Nice fish.
I'll take it. You need to stop anyway. We're going to just slide over this way, and then we'll fish to the left here in just a second. That's bright.
It is a nice bright fish. under the boat.
Mine are all zip,
Yeah. Is that like a peach or an orange bead, Dan?
It is, yeah, kind of a peachy.
That is
Nice fish.
keeper.
Nice.
Well done, man. Way to save the day. Nice job.
Kyle, what are you doing?
I'm getting a bigger bead on.
Why are you getting a bigger bead on?
Well, today our fish seem consistently to be biting bigger objects.
You've been fishing a lot of double beads.
Yeah.
And varying the colors and presentation, right?
Right.
But you've been fishing, what, 12s, 14s?
12s and 14s, and I've even had 12s and 10s today.
Yeah.
But our fish are coming on bigger beads. We got them on a 16.
Yeah.
We got them on the egg cluster, which is about a 16.
Yeah.
And we've got them on two big yarn balls, which are about 18s and 20s,
Probably.
theoretically.
Yeah.
I haven't got bit on, none of the small beads really have accounted for a fish yet, which is really odd with the color, but we'll give them what the fish want. And they want bigger beads today. So I'm up and I just put a 16
Yeah.
hyper blue on here. This should fish. And I'm gonna do a 16 and a 14 now.
Look, you just kind of mentioned, I mean, the water color and clarity is getting better.
Yeah.
And typically you scale down. And today we're putting a bigger profile out there and they're grabbing it. So all our fish have come on a bigger profile today versus what you've experienced previously during the week when the water had more color. So who knows, right?
Yeah, so we're adjusting. That's the nice thing about having all sorts of sizes. You know, we just have to adjust. So,
Yeah.
and it's working. I mean, we're filling up the kill bag. So
Yep.
that's good.
Let's run back up and do it again.
Yeah,
huh?
for sure. Cast.
Yeah. I mean, that thing disappeared instantly. Oh, nice. There we go.
Woo-hoo. And the motor.
Down that motor. That's a hot little fish.
Oh, well, we gotta worry about the fish.
That's a hot little fish right there. He might be on my yarnie again. I thought he took the bead. He's on my stand. Oh, he is. It's two today, Colin. That. Here you go, buddy.
Keeper.
There's a reason I'm fishing the scented yarnie. Beads are
Everything
cool.
we've ever learned about beads is out the window. No.
Just get rid of them, right? No. For fishing a double rig, it's like fish two beads or separate the option. Go with a yarnie with some scent, fish a naked bead.
You know, I've also seen on these colder days the bait bite kind of picks up. It's kind of
Yeah.
you key in a little differently. That's two in a row. That's a pattern
Right.
rather than.
Yes. Interestingly enough, though, that first fish, that bobber just kind of slowly went down. This one, it just absolutely ripped sideways and was gone. So, looks like a decent little hatchery buck, huh, Kyle?
Average size. This has been the typical steelhead this year, so we'll take them.
We'll
I'm
take
not
'em.
picky.
Hatchery fish all day long.
Absolutely.
Well, buddy,
Yeah.
another successful outing down here on the coast of Oregon. You know, we were talking the last couple weeks.
Right.
Fishing was pretty doggone good. Lots of hatchery fish.
Lots of
First
hatchery
week of
fish.
January, getting into the second week of January. We had set our sights on mid-January, I don't know, a month ago or so,
Yeah.
right? To get our annual trip in. And gosh, it's like you said yesterday, you had a lot more pressure.
Yeah.
And
There was a lot of boats on in the same areas, and
Yeah.
it made it a little tougher to find the fish. We got a couple, but it wasn't what it could have been.
So we went up where I have fished with you up top there before and come down. And I mean, Gosh, you know, we had to kind of hunt and peck, but we ended up with 4 hatchery fish in the bag, a
Yep.
couple wilds released. Brandon got a coho this morning. That's kind of crazy. But how would you summarize the day overall?
I think it was a grind.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the end of the day, we kind of picked them apart, you know, here and there, and it was being flexible.
Right.
You know, one of the things that happens a lot, we get stuck with using the same thing over and over again, and we moved it around. If it wasn't
Changed
for
it up a bit,
switching to a
didn't we?
couple
Yeah.
yarnies, we would have lost a couple fish.
Yeah.
We upped the size when everything tells us to go smaller.
Go smaller, yeah.
And that was the benefit to having multiple rods. We could
Yep.
experiment a little bit and key in on some bites, and it helped. I mean, we picked up some at the end of the day, and it made it a, you know, at the end we produced.
Yeah, this is one of those classic rivers where it's long stretches, you know, conducive to bobber dogging.
Yeah.
And again, down here we can use a dual rig, which is beneficial. Sometimes you get them on that top rig.
Yeah.
I think I got all my fish on my top rig.
Yeah, and I know we ran a single rig today a lot of the time, and that got fish too.
They got fish
I mean,
too, but you know, it's just not a lot of pocket water, bouldery pocket stuff where you can like, I mean, I did fish a jig a little bit,
Yeah.
but really, you know, when other rigs in the boat are dragging lead and you're trying to
You
fish
almost
a jig
got to
vertically.
designate. You got to
go either or, right?
Either or. If you're
Yeah.
going to do jigs, then you fish that type of water, and
Right.
then you can do that. And
Right.
you know, and a couple more. This river's on a steep drop.
Yeah.
I would say in a couple more days, the jig game, where you're anchoring up in some runs, would
Yeah.
produce.
I didn't look at the coming weather down here. I know up home in the next couple 3 weeks potentially we got little to no rain coming, so
Same
our
here.
river's going to be on the drop big time, and the temperature's going to get colder, and this thing's just going to bottom out. So
This thing will get low, and it will get really competitive.
Yeah.
We'll all be down here, and that. But the fishing's great still. I
Sure.
mean, if we're putting 4 fish in the box a day, and we're working for that, that's pretty
Mhm.
good. I mean, there's days we have not caught fish, and so I'll take 4 fish in the box, but you know, it changes quick.
Mhm.
So we do need another rain. And once
Yeah.
we get it, we'll get some fresh fish. So.
it's interesting, like a couple of the fish we picked up earlier in the day, well, the wild fish were extremely bright.
Yeah.
A couple of hatchery fish had a little color to them.
Yeah.
Later on in the day we got lower in the system, a couple of hatchery fish were a little brighter, right? So we're not that far from the ocean. Depending where we're at on this river, we're 15 to 20 miles from the ocean.
Yeah,
right?
we're about 20 right now.
Okay.
23, 24 miles.
All right. Yeah. Well, you know, successful by all accounts,
Yeah.
and put some time in on the water. Unlike last year, we didn't get one for the Broodstock program this year. There's a couple fish in the tank though. That's kind of cool that somebody
Yeah.
picked up a few. So
We had a, you know, that was just the thing too. We didn't just put fish in it to put fish in it. We could
Selective.
We selected, and
could've.
our fish didn't have the size we wanted,
Yeah.
and we let them go, which
I
is
agree.
fine. We have a
Yeah.
lot of guides contributing,
yeah,
so there's a selection process there, and maybe next week we'll get some good ones.
yeah. So for those of you that are looking for or trying to get some winter steelhead fishing in, you know, if you're up there in Washington, we're kind of limited this year. Get a hold of Kyle,
Yeah.
Willamette Valley Outfitters.
We have decent fish, and we're
Yeah,
catching them.
it's
so that's-
fantastic. I love coming down here. It's just great to get out and you're actually able to fish from the boat. It's kind of a unique idea. So, all right, that's going to do it for us down here on the coast of Oregon. We'll be on the road heading home. Before we get there, jump out for a quick break. We'll be right back.